job or
Maybe.
I've never been asked what I got on the SAT. SAT score has never opened a job door for me. All right, one. I walked into the lady here and said, I got an 800 in the math. Oh, are you interested in teaching an SAT class? Yes, I am. That's why I told you. I got an 800 in the math. So I just want to let you know what a low priority I give my work here. And that's why I want to offer you Lassie. Notice how it spells something. Yeah. Okay. By percentages, do you think, like, I don't know, say colleges look, say 50% at your academics, 30% at your scores, maybe give you 5% if you speak another language, maybe 10%, hey, alumni. This is a daughter of an alumnus. We better let her in, right? Oh, yeah, this is good. Okay, so, and then maybe, I don't know, 2% based on your experiences. I don't know, 3%. The guy shook his hand very nicely. That's good. Is that pretty accurate about what goes on inside the head of it? Remember, the guy who's looking at your application, he's creating a community. He's deciding who's going to be on campus that I have to bump into, who says, thanks for letting me in. This is a really great place, right? He's got to meet those people. He'll be eating with those people. He'll hear from, or she will hear from the professors. What? WTF? Why did you let that person in? That person is such a... Didn't you understand from their application that there might be something else going on inside that person's head? Didn't you interview them? Right. So, you think this is probably not a good way to evaluate people with their applications? I don't know. What weight do you think well, let's get specific. Someone name a college that you want to get into. UF. UF? Okay. What do you think UF is looking for? Really good grades?
Yes.
Okay. Really good scores?
Yes.
Anything else?
Social skills.
Oh, tell me about that.
Clubs.
Yeah.
Participation.
Clubs, participation.
Community hours.
Oh, community hours.
Service hours.
Service hours. Ooh. So we got to increase that number here, right?
But then don't you think also you get it, you'd have a better chance of getting it if you learn foreign, like a language or something?
Oh, languages is good. Ooh, they kind of like that mixture, that cultural, ooh boy. You mean, wow, you speak Italian, you speak Chinese? That's neat. You know, we like to have that, right? So we got to add some here. So we got to cut down on these numbers a little bit, right? Because we got to spread it out a little bit. Okay. What do you think? Shall we go like 30 and maybe 20? And then we can sort of throw some of that up here, maybe 15 up there, and we can go maybe, I don't know, maybe 30 there. That's, yeah, something like that. Looks better, doesn't it? Yeah. And then you start thinking, what do I mean by experience?
I was just going to ask you.
Okay. You know how you said that thing about community service? You might think it's here, but it's also telling us, you know, let's say we all can get inside the mind of that admissions officer. This guy, what's that? Yeah. Let's say that one summer, when I was in 9th grade, I volunteered at a vet. And then the next summer I went and did wood chopping. And then the next summer I worked in a small business, right? I was sweeping, all right. But it was a small business experience, right? And then the next summer I did an internship at the mayor's office. Do you see a trend? Because I don't. Let's say that I worked that first summer as a vet, and then the next summer I went to a hospital and I followed surgeon around. And then the next summer I followed a nurse around. And then the next summer, I went and worked with a dentist. Is there a theme in there? What's the theme?
The pattern shows that you like
Medicine.
committed.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm really interested in health of some way, right? Which person do you want on your campus? Someone who's flaky and going in all these different ways?
Someone who knows what they want.
Seems to know what they want, right? And see, I was told, oh, don't worry about figuring out what you want. You'll discover that in college. That's what my parents told me. Now, I was lucky. I had high scores. I had high academics. So I basically went where I wanted to. And when I got there, they suddenly said, what do you want to study? I didn't know. And after floundering around for a year, I dropped out. I basically dropped out because the system didn't support me. I decided, we had more. I'm going to take a gap year. They had a formal name for it. And I just never went back. And so it took 7 years before I finally said, okay, time to get my degree. And I went and got it then. But I knew what I wanted then. Now, some of you are what, juniors?
We're all juniors.
All juniors. So you're going to be writing essays a year from now. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Phew. Sometimes I teach this course in March and or sometimes May. And people are telling me, oh yeah, I'm submitting for early decision. You know, so they're like writing the application in July. They're getting this information first time. Is it in 3 months, can they build a portfolio? I don't think so. What I'm saying is you've got a year to kind of pull together and just start exploring a little bit. And if you're really serious about going into a place, I've got something called the Vornley Method. The Vornley Method, yes.